My job is to correct and go after public officials, senators na yumaman dahil sa pangurakot. I can show to you now why you are one of them. Kay Napolis, gusto kong malaman, tumanggap ka ba ng 88 million sa PDAF mo? Ito, kung totoo lang, inidikit mo sa PDAF, pinarking mo doon yung PDAF mo. So, you commingled it with the money of the Red Cross and of Congress, yung nakuha mo. Ngayon, the money is lost forever. It cannot be accounted for. If this is true, kung totoo itong pinarking mo talaga, ang nagsasabi lang yan mga taga Red Cross, na meron kang nakuha, inisali mo, doon sa pera ng Red Cross. Which means to say now, hindi na ma-audit ng COA kasi ang COA, sabi mo, hindi pwedeng mag-audit sa Red Cross. Kung hindi totoo, patawarin na po. Pero kung totoo ito, you must answer it because I am really going to insist that COA conduct an audit sa Red Cross. You cannot escape that constitutional mandate. As a matter of fact, the mandate that you have to give me a yearly report of COA's wrongdoings or anong ginawa, hindi mo binigay. Doon ko pa sana nalaman. Kasi yon ipapasa ko sa mga accountants. And to COA, maybe. Pero wala kang binigay. Government is left empty-handed. Sige kahabol ng tao na korap. Paano ka namin hababulin ngayon? I-corrupt ka rin eh. Sabi ko nga, I am a chief politician. You are correct. I am a probinsyano. You are correct. Pero our mission here, by joining government, is to go after politicians like you who have enriched themselves, milking government of its resources. When I asked for an audit of the Philippine Red Cross by COA, it is with legal basis under the Constitution and Republic Act number 172 of the Philippine Red Cross Act of 2009. Alam mo, kailangan ko ipaimbestiga ang Red Cross for a host of reasons. Pero una niyan, pera. Sabi ko nga, I want to know if yung PDAF mo, ibinigay mo doon sa Red Cross, inidikit mo, so that pag na-commingle na yan sa funds, there can never be an audit in your theory. Kasi hindi pwedeng mag-audit ang COA sa Red Cross. I disagree with you as a lawyer, and I'm pointing out to you the Constitution and the Republic Act. And I dare say that you are wrong. This is the same law that requires the PRC to submit to the Office of the President of the Philippines its annual financial report. Wala kang ang binigay. The Constitution itself requires bidding for every centavo that goes into the private hands for the purpose of charity, yung mga itong Red Cross, a very laudable entity. Kaya lang, all these years, hinawakan mo, you squat on it and destroyed everything, including its credibility. So I ask again, where is this report? In all my years as president, I have not seen even the shadow of that law-mandated report. That is actually an omission. That is something which you failed to do. At huwag mong sabihin, wala kang responsibilidad yan. If it is required by law and you fail to do it and there's malice because you wanted to hide your crimes, paano mo ginastas, paano mo sinaipon yung pera sa Red Cross, then it becomes a case of anti-graft. We are not attacking the Philippine Red Cross. We would just like to know if the resource says that the government has given to it is well managed. We're only asking for the same transparency from PRC Chairman Dick. Gusto mong transparency sa mga transaction? Kaya you're dwelling on formally? In the same manner, we would like also to see if there is transparency in the Red Cross under you. And you yourself in connection with the Red Cross functions, including maybe this disbursement of money. Sa panahon mo sa Red Cross, may audit 86,815,433.24 is attributed to you. Sabi ng COA, and in early August of this year, SBMA sent final demand for you to pay the said amount in 30 days. It has been more than 30 days, Mr. Gordon, and you have not done anything. Let me remind you that when a notice of disallowance has been issued, clearly a law has been violated. Maybe a case should be filed against you. I am now asking the concerned agencies to look into this matter. Yun na sinasabi ko, Dick. Pinipicture mo na grabbuster ka, na ganun ka, that you are an upright person, that you are decent. When as a matter of fact, meron kang 88 million na attributable to you na hindi mo binayaran. And the host of other violations that I mentioned earlier. The omissions mandated by the constitutions, if there is bad faith, you can be charged under the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices. Ito, since that you can also tell us about your disallowances while you were in SBMA. The COA identified you as one of the accountable persons directed to reimburse or return the disallowed amount, which totals 140 million. Of this amount, 86 million 815,443. Paano ito ngayon, Dick? Where is now the much vaunted model politician that he purports to be before the public? There are questions raised during the Congress hearing just today. I also would like to ask, are your testing facilities and equipment really as good as you say they are? Because I have heard of many false positive cases from your laboratories. Can you enlighten the Filipino people on this? I was informed that 44 out of 49 or 89.79% of total hospital personnel who tested positive in PRC Subic turned out negative in another molecular laboratory. Mataas ito, Dick, ha? 44 out of 49. But in another test, apat lang. 44 out of 49 or 89%. 89.7%. Moreover, ito, hindi ko hinahanap, kaya ako nalilito dito. Moreover, in the Presidential Security Group, 187 out of 213 or 87.79 of the PSG personnel tested positive in the PRC Manila laboratory but tested negative in their confirmatory test. Even officials of the Department of Finance have experienced the same Red Cross testing facilities. Positive today, negative the following day and the day after. Alam mo kung sino ito? Basahin ko, ha. I have here the list of Department of Finance workers who tested false positive. I will begin with their cover letter. The Department of Finance had 13 cases of false positive PCR test results for COVID-19 from February 10 to 2021. 13 individuals were tested positive after taking PCR tests from the laboratory of the Red Cross. After testing, the individuals decided to take a second confirmatory PCR test within 24 hours. All the individuals tested negative for COVID-19 after taking the confirmatory test. 2 individuals decided to take a third confirmatory test. The third test also came out negative for COVID-19. As such, we have concluded that the positive results received from the first RT-PCR swab tests in the Philippine Red Cross may be classified as false positive. The false positives in the Department of Finance may be even higher given that not all who tested positive but were asymptomatic took a confirmatory test due to financial reasons. Yan ang masakit. We acknowledge that the PCR test may not be 100% accurate. A Harvard article, Robert Sherling, MD, states that most false positive results are thought to be due to lab contamination or other problems on how the lab has performed the test, not the limitations of the test itself. Ang mahirap nito, Dick, is paano yung mga tao na tumanggap na lang sa PCR test ninyo na positive sila when all along negative sila, but because walang pera at hindi masyado di-meet ka na assertive ones, pasunod-sunod na lang, and had to endure a confinement of 2 weeks when all along tested negative pala sila. Yan ang problema mo sa Red Cross. Problema ka na problema pa ang Red Cross sa iyo. Because of this information is accurate, then maybe the DOH must investigate this matter. You could be putting more people at risk. You could be falsely adding to the total positive cases per day of this country. Ilan yung nadagdag doon sa positive sa isang araw, daily attack, na negative, nasali na doon sa numero na pakarami na ang nasakasakit. How sure are we now in our figures in the veracity and truthfulness of the test combined? Kaya marami man rin nagpunta dyan sa Red Cross. How do you backtrack? If it is impossible, what do you intend to do? There is a conflict of interest in his being chairman of the Red Cross and at the same time a senator of the Republic of the Philippines. Lalo na ngayon. So there is a need for an accounting. Barabarahin mo kasi ano ka. What is sauce for the gander is sauce for the goose. You audit me, I audit you. Because we are in government. We cannot separate or have an identity other than what you are, a worker of government. Some say they say the honorable worker. Some say that they are the much abused phrase, public servant ko no. You are not really serving the people. Me, when I address you, I say, all of us, we are just workers of government. If you are lazy, then that is the fault of the people for electing you. If you are corrupt, kasalanan ng tao yan. And if you elect in due time, he becomes a millionaire. That's what it is.